Welcome to the world of Oroi. Our story starts on the continent of Tresolar, where a recently found peace has found its way into the land after many years of turmoil. Following the Great War of Nations, in what is known as the Cataclysm, an event that ripped the landscape asunder, and it's currently the year of 1105 ACT. To the west lies the Grand Elgrest Kingdom, headed by the Blind King and Paladin Queen. Rolling hills, lush green forests, and mountain ranges, home to many simple folk that value hard work and courageous attitudes. In the east lies the glorious empire of Krissune. The emperor, long may he reign, rules his hardy and tenacious people with a steady hand, instilling honor and loyalty in all. Harsh mountain ranges, stretches of sandy, arid plateaus, and the underplain are called home to the monstrous and elfin folk alike. Finally, northward, nestled in the cold tundras, icy lakes with breaks of highly fertile land, seat the nation of Sanduuin. The collection of merchant lords and ladies do their best to accept all peoples, regardless of race or creed, instead opting for the more comforting and sure color of gold. Industrious and intelligent, this land is home to both mystical and technological wonders not seen elsewhere. Our adventure begins as most do, with humble beginnings and converging paths. As such, one by one, let us turn our attention to these players in the great game. I roll this d4 here. I'm gonna see who goes. That's 2. It is, in fact, Austin.
What? Alright, let's go for it.
The familiar scent of clove and cardamom, turmeric spices, fill your nose in this small shop. Warm yellow light silhouettes odd curios and curiosities. In front of you, a pale dwarf with a tri-knotted beard, small red conical hat tilted to one side of his head, sipping a steaming drink of what is affectionately called dwarf oil or kahi by others. This is one of your friends and contacts in the city of Glow Hollow. One of the last, that is still speaking to you, what with your recent discoveries. Look, I'm just saying, aren't you a bit stifled here? I'm not sure if there is a book not in private collection you haven't read. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to find much else.
Oh, I could have a look around. People might be keeping things, tucking them away. But if you have an alternate suggestion, I'm all ears.
Hana winces, as you do this, voice, this laugh. I have a supplier in Sanctuary City who tells me that they're beginning an initiative. If you're brought onto it, they let you go to any of the other continents, any other countries. You could do your research anywhere that's not here. You wouldn't even have to jump through hoops.
Oh. Are you trying to get rid of me?
Listen, I'm just saying, you've ruffled a lot of feathers recently here. And, I think, it'd be best for everyone, if you looked for your information elsewhere for now. I mean, there's not much left here for you, and digging up in people's private collection, that's not going to end well. The merchant lords aren't going to take kindly to that.
No, I guess you're right. Besides, travel does sound fun right now. Getting out, seeing the world. Just me and Remy on the open road.
I'm sure your master might even give you a letter of recommendation. He does work directly for a royal merchant house, so it's not like it would hurt your chances.
You have a good point. I'll go see him then. Thank you for the advice.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, bye-bye now.
He sits, sipping his drink, watching you as you leave. Glow Hollow has been your home for quite some time. An underground city. It's nestled in the deep tundra. You wouldn't be able to tell being under here with how warm it is, with the soft yellow lights of the glowing luminescent stones that they have carved out the mines and put at intervals in lamps like streets. As you begin to head to your master's residence, is there anything you'd like to do along the way?
Not anything really in particular. I think he'll head there in a very not straight path, just kind of like flowing through the city as he goes, whatever catches his eye, but making his way there.
All right. So let's see here. Yeah, you pass by these glow stone lamps and lanterns, the residential, shopping, and even underground farming district that washes the city in this comforting orange-yellow hue. Maintenance corridors, residential corridors, the sights of people milling through each sector. Pass by underground parks, jewelers, smiths, little food alcoves. Think like food courts in like a mall. Eventually, you do reach your master's residence. Looks to be just a huge set of double doors with the symbol of the merchant house that he currently serves on it, as well as his own, which looks to be two crossed quills and a diamond in the center of it.
Okay,
Go
ahead.
You would know that his area of this sector is an inverse tower. So it goes down because it's inside, it's underground. So it's basically a tower just in reverse.
Okay. As I step up to the door, I want to begin knocking on it just in a rhythmic sense, a repeating pattern. Both hands.
You just hear a voice inside. What? Come in.
Okay. Push open the door and hello.
Oh, it's just you, Kaius.
Yes, it's me. You know, I was just talking to a friend over in the shop, and well, he had a great idea. I thought I wanted to relay to you.
He kind of looks like, from what he was working on, you see like a table with like some books, quills, inks, various material components. This older tiefling man, white hair, dark ebony skin, ivory horns, hair thinning a bit on the top, but still fairly in shape and tall, despite his age. Turns to you, he's fairly scatterbrained. He has been one of the few people here that has not really taken immediate notice of your recent change. And when it has been brought up to him, he, and I quote, would just reply with, "It's just something that happens to wizards sometimes."
Fair enough.
People have made some complaints about you to him being your master and whatnot, and he has basically waved them off with, "Magic will do that to you. Mind your business." He kind of looks to what he was doing, looks back to you. "Well, we'll be quick about it. I have much to do."
Oh, well, you know, he was just saying that there is some sort of initiative going on in the sanctuary city, and Well, I've been looking to expand my research, and if I were to join on, I could travel all over the continent and just be free to research as I please. I thought a
Okay.
recommendation might be handy.
Oh, is that it? Hold on. He like moves to another desk and grabs some paper and a quill. What do you want it to say?
Oh, I don't know. You could perhaps speak of my research, my findings of Remy, of how I could be helpful to anyone may need it.
All right. He begins writing. He writes pretty fast, but this is very like, he writes this, signs it, and just thrusts at you. Well, if you're going to be gone, if you find anything on your way and it looks interesting ingredients-wise, be sure to report them to me. I will, of course, pay you for them. Good ingredients are hard to find here lately.
Of course, of course. Anyone who helped me find Remy is a friend.
Yes, Remy, friend. Very good.
I want to look very excited at the paper and thank you.
So it essentially reads just like the word recommendation dash. My apprentice is highly skilled in the arcane arts. He has studied under me for many years. Has discovered uses of magical tattoos and inks. A list of minor accomplishments. Some of them are listing things that he has done. Mostly in transmutation. Basically giving his pedigree as why his recommendation should hold weight, and then very hastily signed Master Rayul.
Perfect.
And has his seal. It looks like this paper, like all of these have a seal already like done just to save him time. Whether or not that's very secure, he doesn't seem to care. He just doesn't like to waste time. He's very scatterbrained and very focused.
Awesome. I love him already.
He's great. He's just an insane tiefling wizard.
Do I know where I would take this recommendation to?
The only thing you know is Sanctuary City.
Okay. I will look to him and oh yes, perfect. Thank you. I think I'm going to be off now.
Do you have a ride? Transportation? I can't have you getting killed out there. It'd be very
I was
inconvenient.
going to walk, but if you have any other suggestions, I wouldn't mind hearing them.
Third floor. Let's go. Quickly now.
Yay.
Takes you to the staircase. You know the third floor. It is the room that it is at the teleportation circle in it. It is you have maybe messed with it once or twice. He has told you it's magic beyond your capability right now. You have, I would say, maybe used it with him in the past, going from place to place in Sanduuin to get ingredients. But he motions for you to stand on the center platform. Well, just Sanctuary City, or?
I'll skip over to it and yes, let's go.
All right, good luck. He
Bye-bye now.
begins casting it, and as he's like muttering the phrase, bye now, and he like teleports you.
I 100% want to have got that phrase from him.
Yeah, for sure. I think that is a good place for where you'll end up joining in with everybody here.
Perfection.
Yeah, these are very, very short and sweet intros. Let's see. Let's roll this D. For who do we have here? That's another 2. We can't do that. There we go. We will jump over to Miss Zensika Flintfingers.
Right.
Alright, let's see here. It is a pleasant morning by all accounts in the small town of Elgrest. Felis, a small feline race, not dissimilar to Tabaxi, but stature-wise the size of halflings or gnomes. And halflings themselves, already in the fields farming, singing their songs, sometimes in unison, sometimes in playful opposition of whose traditional fieldwork songs are best. The air inside the small halfling home of the Flintflowers is not as warm or inviting. If anything, one could say it is cold and charged with tension. Your parents, who now insist on going by Monty and Wilma Flintflower, a combination of their previous last names, sit across from you with worried expressions. Wilma, long, brown hair beginning to gray. Monty, with his short cropped black hair, wingtips beginning to salt and pepper, sit across from you with worried expressions. Your little sister, Fenora, barely 3, is making a mess of her breakfast, seemingly unconcerned with the current air at the table. What could be the cause of tensions in this small family home who sit in front of a small halfling breakfast comprised of scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, sausage, beans, fritters, crepes, fresh fruit, cheese, and flapjacks? Yes, that is a small halfling breakfast. Last night, Edgar came knocking on your window in the family hole. A message from the Resistant. In a few days' time, there's an assembly being held where a new peace initiative is being implemented. A false letter of recommendation has been drafted with several character statements from lesser knowns in Elgrest. You're presenting yourself as an up-and-coming ranger who has some wanderlust to burn out and would benefit from experiencing new environments to better protect the people of Elgrest when you do settle down from the encroaching wilds. Your ulterior motive, however, is to find weaknesses in Krissune by potentially getting inside with your new access, or cozying up to other members of your team that could know or have ties there. You're also tasked with finding a potential weapon to turn the tides. Your family is nonplussed about you leaving. "Oh, honey, why? You should just stay here where it's safe. Your little sister will miss having her big sis around."
I'm sorry, I can't stay here any longer.
"But you hardly eat any breakfast. 1 or 2 plates isn't enough for a grown gal, you know."
I'm not hungry.
"Where did we go wrong, Wilma? We're doing our best to raise you right. We did what we did for you. We don't have all the answers."
I don't expect you to have all the answers. All I want to do is go out and find them myself.
"And you think going out and fighting an empire will get you those answers, do you?"
Well, maybe better than sitting around here eating 4 plates of breakfast every morning.
Your mom kind of looks to you. "What's wrong with 4 plates of breakfast there?
Nothing.
You got a problem with my breakfast?"
Of course not, Mom. I love your cooking.
Edgar kind of like crows from your shoulder, hops to the table. Your mom shoos him. "No birds in the house, young lady."
He's family.
"I don't care how polite little Mr. Edgar is. We don't put feet on furniture, regardless of if they're halfling or bird."
She rolls her eyes and she motions to Edgar to jump back on her shoulder.
Tilts his head at you. Does.
Listen, it's not about you. It's about me. It's about, I don't know, some itch I need to scratch. I'm not leaving you. I just need to figure some things out.
Well, you figuring them things out means that you're going to scratch some itches. You're going to have some Krissune soldiers be scratching some itches for you, all right.
Finally, something akin to adventure, I guess.
Adventure. That's what you call getting stabbed? Getting shot with arrows? Making your poor mom cry?
Hana's laughing a bit, and she's trying to hide it.
Oh, you think this is funny, do you?
Of course not.
Well, we can't stop you. Lord knows we've tried.
She, without saying anything else, she stands up kind of aggressively to Edgar on her shoulder, but she kind of teeters a bit because she's not super balanced with him on her shoulder. Listen, if you can't support me, I guess we'll just have to part ways like this.
Well, you need to bring some food with you. Your mom gets up from the table, and your dad like crosses his arms. I'm not going to support my daughter going off and getting killed. We'll always love you. We'll always be here for you. But can't support you in this one. Nope. Just can't do it.
Dad, I can take care of myself.
Until you can't. And then where will you be, huh?
Anne leans down to her little sister and kisses her on the top of the head. Be good, eh?
He looks up at you, like that kid thing where like their whole freaking hand is in their mouth, like with just food. Like they like can't like let go of the food because their whole hand is also in their mouth. Just tilts their head at you. Makes a mess.
Say bye-bye to Edgar.
Bye-bye, Edgar. And she reaches to like grab him, and Edgar, who has one too many times fallen close to the grasping, greasy fingers of this small halfling child, hops back on your shoulder a couple jumps.
Zen goes to her mom, who I am assuming is packing up food.
She is. Tear in her eye, has a small little satchel for you. This will get you through a couple days. Hopefully by then you've seen some sense and you come back.
And grabs her mom and holds her really tight. I love you, Mom. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt you. I wish you could understand.
Listen, I was young once, believe it or not. But we went through what we went through so you didn't have to. We made the decision to leave so you didn't have to fight, and here we are.
I understand, and I appreciate the sacrifices that you've made. I mean, aren't you a little bit proud that you've raised me to be like this?
Nope. Your dad says from like the kitchen table. Nope.
Fine. Maybe I'll do something someday that will prove my worth to you.
Not about worth there, Zen.
Well, it is to me. She takes the pack that her mom gave her. She grabs her bags that have already been waiting by the door. Well, I guess this is goodbye.
We love you, Zen. Just don't do anything too stupid. Don't stay away from the Alliance. Stay away from the rebels. They're no good.
Well, she opens the door and leaves without saying anything else.
You step into the bright light, begin walking the path out of this small town. Happy faces you recognize as welcoming, kindly neighbors pass you by. Felis halfling, the odd human here and there. Some make jokes about you setting out. Joining the tavern, huh? They'll be lucky to have you. Off to find your fortune. See you in a few days. The sentiment here being that there's nothing worth more than a warm hearth and a hard day's work behind you. But that's not what you want. and you begin to set off. Letter in hand, weapons and freshly packed lunch from your mother on your back. You begin your trek to the sanctuary city. And we will jump to someone else here. Kinda wish these weren't so short, but it is what it is. Alright. We will be jumping to Cora Stormwurm.
Cora, the explorer.
Don't you
Right?
dare.
Hey, listen, I could totally see his character saying that.
I swear.
Oh, we'll also do character what we all look like in the actual session where you meet. I felt like that would be more appropriate. A soft wind blows through boughs of a few wispy trees that make the cliff face a home. The tingling of bells carries far off in the breeze. Another sound accompanies that. The sound of sticks roughly hitting and clacking against one another as trainees to the monastery run their morning quarterstaff drills. It is a day like any other in Purloan, or would be, if it weren't for one purple dragonborn. A small halfling, smaller than even the standard, speaks to you just out of earshot of your two friends, Leowin, a slightly elven boy with a flair for the dramatic, and Zariah, a native if not blunt copper-skinned tiefling, with ebony horns twisting out in the style of a ram on either side of her raven black hair. Well, I think I've taught you all I can, or at least all that you're willing to learn from me. Perhaps you should head to the sanctuary city after all. You might be able to broaden your horizons there.
You wish for me to leave.
You can always reach out to the monastery of the protectorates while you're there if you run into any trouble. You have what gifts we can impart. But I believe you need to find some neutrality on your journey.
Neutrality. What an evasive word. What does it mean to you, Master?
It means looking at everyone and seeing who they could be in a positive light. Not always such a negative one. I'm sure this will be an enlightening journey for you. Here. Take this writ with our seal. It should open a few doors if you need it. But be wary. Not everyone is going to be as friendly to us as we are to them.
Something
Yes.
I'm quite used to.
I think you'll be surprised, pleasantly or not.
Okay, she'll offer him a bow and take the writ.
He bows back. Off to the side, your friends wait for you.
She'll turn sharply from him, the only indication that she's slightly annoyed, and head back to her friends.
Leowin kind of sees the paper in your hand and scoffs. Well, what did the half-pint want?
Seems my time has come to move on.
Because you're a bit rude to him? He's a halfling. It's not your fault.
Halfling or not, he is in charge, isn't he?
For now.
Write me when that changes.
Maybe you'll come back and change it yourself. Zariah steps in. I'm sad to see you go, but I'm so jealous that you get to. Even if it's veiled as a punishment.
You know you can leave at any point. We are not prisoners here.
No. I won't get a writ, and I haven't reached high enough yet to be able to find work as a monk, and I really don't want to go to another monastery so far from home.
All right. Tell you of my adventures.
Be sure to write.
She nods. I should go pack.
Well, best of luck, not that I think you need it.
She'll offer a very rare smile. And I do appreciate it. And then turn and head to her room.
Okay, you head to your room. It's simple. It has most of the amenities: a small seated table, a mat that you are used to sleeping on, padded.
I imagine it takes her moments to gather her belongings, as there is very few here.
Other than what you have come with and what they have given you here, which hasn't been much, it wouldn't take you very long. Perhaps you even had your bags already packed, expecting something similar like this to happen.
Okay, so yeah, she will quickly and efficiently get her things, make sure her fan is at her side, and then head out.
Right. With your items, your worldly possessions that you have, and the new writ you have, you begin heading out on the long, winding path down the mountain to Sanctuary City. And we'll jump over to, last but not least, Knud.
Woo!
The normal sounds of booted feet on marble, echoing laughter and high chant practice is surprisingly absent this morning as you walk the halls of the Grand Minstrel University deep within the heart of Sanctuary City. The high halls and even higher ceilings, adorned with any manner of paintings and reliefs from bards past and present, go on as far as the eye can see, only being broken by columns and doors and odd bookshelf or reading nook that make up the rest of the building. Classes, you have been informed several days ago, are cancelled this day. Odd, then, that your mentor has called you to speak with him on such a day when others are rushing to the quilted square to view the events. It is a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, after all. Hardly fair that you have to meet here. You finally come upon a deep, dark lacquered oak door, a gold nameplate next to it brilliantly exclaiming Ewan Baxter. Not surprising that even the entrance is extravagant after knowing the man all this time.
I go in.
Ah, Knud. How are you today?
I woke up.
You enter. The usual scent of lavender oils and old books meets your scruffy nose. Behind a desk, made of the same dark oak, of the door sits a man, tall and slender, with wingtips of silver beginning to encroach on a previously head of jet black hair, neatly trimmed beard that is salt and peppered, and soft green eyes. He looks up from his desk and motions for you to take a seat in the chair before him. You notice your steps you made are already in place for you to easily sit, with some semblance of dignity. Well, did you at least sleep well?
I had a dream. I ate some milk that had gone sour. And it caused such a bubble in my belly to burst that I flew right through the roof of my room. It was
Strange.
exhilarating.
I had a dream too.
Do tell.
I had a dream that dreamers often lie. But
They say you're always innocent when you dream.
perhaps, maybe you're just closer to who you want to be. I know you've have a few things spinning on your plate, as it were, but I think you may want to put your research on hold for a while. Recommended you for a position in this new initiative as an anchor point.
Go on.
Despite my many shortcomings, my words do still hold some weight. You'll be going to the Quilted Circle, and after the candidates are assessed, you'll be assigned some traveling companions. I think you should take it as an opportunity to broaden your horizons as a bard, and perhaps to finally learn how to play nice with others.
I've been turfed from enough bars to know when I'm being thrown out, though rarely with such pomp.
Well, you're not being thrown out. You're always welcome to come back. You can even bring your new friends here. But you're quite experienced, and they do need anchor points. And I think it would be good for you to rub elbows with people other than, let's say, the librarian. Kind of looks at you and the small smile.
I'm still new here, and in my quest for knowledge can use all the help I can get. Know how it is?
Well, of course. That's why I'm giving you some help.
An anchor point,
You're not really a boss or in charge, but the initiative states that they need to have someone from every country of origin. And a fourth member being of a native of Sanctuary City. There's not many of repute here that are willing to fill that role. So I nominated you.
So I'm back to trading on the family name, huh?
I think maybe you could make your own name. Use a different one. If that's something you're concerned about. Besides, I don't think that
am.
Well, I don't think your name holds as much weight elsewhere as you might think. Might be fun to
I
see.
can only hope.
Well, I can guarantee you they've more than likely never heard of your family name in Krissune, maybe not even in Sanduuin.
Well, maybe you're right. We'll miss the libraries here.
Don't you mean
Suppose it couldn't hurt.
librarians?
Well, really, all the staff of the library and the college here have proven extraordinarily flexible with me.
He smirked even wider. Really? How flexible are these librarians?
You ever seen a really old book? One that you can open and
All
touch
right,
cover to cover?
all right. I expected you to be embarrassed. I don't know why I expected that. And now here I sit. Well, you best be off. Tell your Paranor what's to happen. And then I'd hurry to the Quilted Court if I were you.
I'll make my goodbyes then. Thank you, Iwan. Thanks for believing in me.
Well, gotta believe in something. And lately, not much going on around here. Might be fun. See what you can do.
Well, I'll make it fun.
I feel very, very sympathetic to your traveling companions. He
I'll give a bow
smiles.
and back out.
He just nods
Until
his
next
head.
time.
So the Quilted Court, you would know, is a central city square. That is the Sanctuary City central square. It is laid with brick, marble, and tile from each of the 3 kingdoms.
Before I head there, I'm gonna swing by the library real quick.
All right. Walking down these empty, weirdly empty corridors, you do make it to the library. There is one attendant on duty, as everybody has the day off. A slightly young man named Robert.
Good afternoon, Robert. Wonder if I might gain entrance just to leave a note for your superior.
I don't see why that would be a problem.
Thank you. I'll dispose of myself quickly.
If you need to check out any books, that's fine too.
Oh no, I'll be making a deposit, I suppose.
All right.
I'll go over to the familiar desk. I assume I can find a quill and...
Yeah,
Parchment.
easily within the drawer. There are plenty of materials for taking notes and quick requests.
I'll think for a second and then compose a note.
All right. You can message me that privately if you would like. That would be one that we don't have to have out there. We can keep some secrets. If it does crop up, it can be brought up later.
I'll just fold it, not like fully seal it, but just fold it and leave it there so that she finds it.
All right.
I'll see myself out.
Easily enough. Everyone has begun their journey to meet, inevitably, to Sanctuary City, which is where we will actually have our first session. So this was very short. I do apologize. I didn't expect it to go. Hey, kick me out. But, thoughts, comments?
I can't wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited
Yeah, it's
to
pretty fun.
Yeah, I
the
think
band together.
yeah,
It'll be good.
it's more
So-
organic. I wanted to do something more organic than the last campaign, where I basically just had you all essentially. You showed up because you're all, joining this group.
No, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to meet everybody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I can
We'll
already
have-
see where personalities are going to conflict.
Yeah, I'm loving it already. I love everybody's personality. I have I've been writing down predictions now that I have heard your guys' voices and see your demeanors. So I've been writing predictions of who will take who under whose wing, who's gonna be buddies, who is gonna hate each other off the bat.
Oh.
I'm this I love predicting like that. I've got some thoughts that I think will be funny.
Oh, 100%. I think DJ's character is going to hate me.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's,
but
I think
you
that's
will
I think
most
that's-
likely never know it. Because she will do everything she can to not show it.
I think my character is going to absolutely love you, though. You're a purple dragonborn.
how interesting.
You're
Tell
so
me.
odd.
Tell me about your lineage. Pulls out a notebook. Tell me everything.
Yeah, her reactions, even when she doesn't like something, are going to be very, very minimal.
You would make such a pretty book.
Ew.
Fucking just the sound of a fly buzzing and static in the background as he tilts his head and looks at you.
God. Cora's only reaction would just be leaning away slightly.